Tenant eviction in Ontario by the sheriff. First and foremost, the disclaimer. Information, strategies, and opinions contained in this presentation are provided for general information and convenience only. Since the particulars of each situation may differ and information may change rapidly, one must seek appropriate, qualified professional legal advice before acting based upon any information provided by Word Wealth Builders and or any affiliate association. Under the Landlord and Tenant Board, the Residential Tenancy Act, the landlord must obtain an order from the Superior Court of Justice to evict a tenant in the province of Ontario. That's the law. Now, the tenant who is a bad tenant who has not been able to make the payment for you, if the tenant does not leave his own free will, or he or she does not leave it from the free will, then there are privileges available under the landlord to utilize, such as services of an enforcement officer. Before it used to be called in a sheriff's office. Now in Ontario they call it enforcement officer. Now the landlord or the real estate investor files a motion in the Superior Court of Justice for eviction, which is extremely similar to a writ of possession. Once the court has given the order, then the landlord or the real estate investor must present one certified order issued by the Landlord and Tenant Board to the tenant and one copy to the order of enforcement officer or the sheriff's office, together with the eviction information requested sheet. Then the landlord or the real estate investor will provide the instructions from the sheriff's office, which will include the date and time. The sheriff or the enforcement officer will send a notice to a tenant, a notice to vacate, instructing the tenant to leave the rental property on or before a specified date. If the tenant fails to vacate by the specified date in the sheriff's notice, then the landlord must contact the sheriff's office to schedule an eviction. Now, the landlord will be informed of the date and time when the sheriff will attend the rental property in person to enforce the eviction order. The landlord is required to arrange a locksmith to change the lock of the rental property. The landlord is also required to pay a fees specified by the sheriff's office plus the mileage from the sheriff's office to the rental property. Being a professional real estate investor, one can avail the opportunity to make more money by having a proper real estate investor's education and mentoring. The more education and knowledge you have in the subject matter, it gives you an upper hand and can make a lot more money simply by implementing this knowledge. You can attend with the Word Wealth Builders program called Real Estate Millionaire Strategy Apprenticeship. Check it out on the website. Once the order is enforced and the tenant is evicted, then the landlord has the possession of the rental property. Once a tenant has been evicted, the landlord must wait minimum 72-hour period following the eviction before selling, retaining, or disposing of the personal property of the tenant. In case there are pets, the enforcement officer or the sheriff will be usually make an appropriate arrangement for the Humane Society to remove the pets, and the landlord must contact the local authorities. In case a tenant shows up, claim their own personal belonging within a 72-hour period, the landlord is required to make the belongings available for retrieval between the hours of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is the tenant eviction process in Ontario. We have a special gift pack for you containing a very practical education material ready to implement now, worth about $999 for you. It's absolutely free to you, provided you become a member of the Word Wealth Builders. What does this gift contain? Let the taxman pay your down payment. That's number one. Number two, let the taxman pay your moving cost. Number three, let the taxman pay for your garden suite. These three are practical information which you can implement right away, and you can save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars, absolutely given to you free of charge. We want to say thank you very much for attending this video, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.